YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy Chidi, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be about the game day and also the NFL playoffs and rankings. So, listen, guys, I'm going to be providing you some rankings that's going to help you with DFS or just give you some input about some of these players that are in the playoffs that's going to be doing really good, especially for fantasy football, dynasty, and redraft going into your 2024 season. Some of these guys I want to talk about and rank them in the playoffs to let you know how good these guys are or how they match up against their opponents. So, guys, with no further ado, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. I see you, Black Hippie, in the building from the Instagram. He says Dak Prescott, best quarterback in the NFC right now. Hands down, going into the playoffs, then Purdy, then Stroud. I agree with 80% of that. I think you're leaving out a guy, and if you make sure you watch the whole live. But bro, I'm going to talk about another guy that I believe, I would say second. I believe he could be number one, but I would say he's second on that list in the NFC right now. Okay, so and actually, guys, yes. So you making me think about a guy that maybe I should have maybe put on this ranking list, but I will mention him once I break down the quarterbacks. So, with no further ado, let's see who's on the YouTube. Let me give a couple shout outs. Isaac, I see you, bro. He says, who would you invest in heavily for the playoffs? Who would you invest in heavily for the playoffs? For his quarterback, I like Jordan Love. Running backs, I like Najee Harris. Wide receivers, I like Puka Nacua. And tight end, I would say I like Travis Kelce. So those are a couple little guys that I would say that a lot of people are not on now. The easy guy, everybody know the top guys, right? Like Lamar Jackson and stuff like that, right? And CMC and Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, CeeDee Lamb, Sam Laporta, and David Njoku, right? Those are the top guys. But Travis Kelce's been slept on, so I wanted to mention him. All right, guys, so let's get started with my quarterback rankings for the fantasy football playoffs. So I'm going to start off, and this is NFC and AFC. I didn't break it down in AFC, NFC. I just broke it down total. So the first quarterback, which is not playing this week, is Lamar Jackson. And the reason why, guys, I believe that Lamar Jackson is one of the top-ranked quarterbacks in the playoffs is because he and Todd Monken has finally gelled together. Like, Lamar knows what Munchkin wants out of him. Munchkin is actually getting interviewed for jobs, which I think that's crazy. Now, I'm not saying Munchkin is not good enough to be a head coach, but I'm like, wow, they skipping a lot of guys who's been doing really well for a long time to go to Munchkin. But anyway, Lamar Jackson and this offense is finally gelling together. Lamar knows when he needs to take over the game with his legs. He knows when he needs to start diving and being a point guard, throwing it to Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham, Isaiah Likely. Everything is gelled together, and also when to run the ball and give it to Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. So I love Lamar Jackson. I think this team is on a Super Bowl run. I believe this is my Super Bowl pick, and I told y'all this in the offseason that Baltimore will win the Super Bowl. So I love Lamar Jackson. I stayed with him through fantasy. He helped me win 4 championships. I was in 5 championships out of 16 leagues, and I won 4 championships and came in second and won. Because of Lamar Jackson. He was in 90% of those leagues. Moving on to my number 2 quarterback that a lot of people are forgetting. I see you, Q High. Black Hippie says, facts, Lamar, the best in the league this year by far. Right. Going on to my number 2 quarterback that I believe is the number 2 as far as in ranking for the rest of the quarterbacks is Jalen Hurts. That's why I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles will beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the reason why I believe they're going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers is because Jalen Hurts is him. He's a top 3 quarterback overall as far as talent and taking over the game. Now, he doesn't have A.J. Brown, new brother in town. A.J. Brown. So listen, Jalen Hurts, guys, going to take over this game. They're going to do the tush push. He's going to take off running to get first downs, and Devontae Smith will become the wide receiver that we saw being a top 11, top 10 pick out of the draft. He's going to be the number 1, so we're going to see a lot out of Devontae Smith. He don't have to worry about A.J. Brown getting a lot of the targets, right? So we're going to find out a lot about him. And I also love Dallas Goedert, which I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, I didn't mention him on this list, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to have a good game. I believe, especially with AJ Brown being out this week, that Dallas Goedert could be really good. So I'm betting my money and I'm putting money on the Philadelphia Eagles to win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, that defense is not that good for Philly. I'm not worried about that. I think Jalen Hurts is so good that he's going to overcome not having AJ Brown and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, whose defense is pretty good, but I don't think it's good enough to shut down AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. Also with DeAndre Swift. All right, moving on to my number 3 quarterback. Let's see here. Black Hippie says from Instagram, he says AJ Brown ruled out. He deleted all Eagle content off his social media, and they hurt worst D in the league. 1-5 last 6 weeks. They are last 6 games. They haven't been doing really well. Then he deleted all the Eagles content off the social media. Wow, they probably getting on to him. What's going on, Miles? Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Dislocated finger in his throwing hand. I don't know, TD, not looking that good. I understand. I believe in Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's the type of guy who can play through an injury. That's what makes him special. He wasn't the most accurate quarterback. He wasn't the fastest. He didn't have the best arm. He wasn't the most accurate. But his mental strength and his mental ability, like Tom Brady, makes him elite. That's why Tom Brady was never an elite quarterback as far as his attributes with arm strength and speed. Some guys are just so mentally strong they can overcome things, and I believe that's what Jalen Hurts is. But you got a great point. The finger is dislocated. But going on to my number 3 quarterback is Jordan Love. Yes, guys, Jordan Love over Dak Prescott. And just to give y'all a caveat, I didn't have Dak Prescott on this list, and you know what? I feel ashamed. I got to put him on this list. So I'm going to talk about him as my number 6 guy, that he can be on this list. Dak Prescott has been playing extremely well. I don't want to disrespect him. I am disrespecting him by not having him on this list. I got to admit when I'm wrong. I got to admit that. I didn't have him on this list. I seen the quarterbacks, and I just put other guys that was going to put the team on their back. I don't know if Dak necessarily, well, yeah, he probably going to have to put the Cowboys on his back. So I bet that. But my number 3 quarterback is going to be Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love over Dak Prescott. Jordan Love got Dontavius Wicks. He got Romeo Doubs. He got Jaden Reed and a hurt Christian Watson. We don't know when he's going to play. So I believe that Jordan Love is going to end up taking this team. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Cowboys. Listen, I am a Cowboy fan, and I know a lot of people are going to chastise me, especially Black Hippie. You right, Black Hippie. You right, brother. I need to put some respect on Dak Prescott name. He's trolling me now in the chat. But Dak had a good year. Before then, I haven't been big on Dak, but that's neither here nor there. But guys, Jordan Love has the least amount of talent and took his team to the playoffs. This guy, to me, outside of Lamar Jackson, has been playing better than any quarterback. So I would say Lamar Jackson, Jordan Love, and then I would have to say Dak Prescott, as far as who's been playing good the last 8 weeks of the season. So I love Jordan Love. I think this guy's going to be a top 5 quarterback next year. I'm taking him in fantasy football also. And Jody, don't steal my guy. I'm in I'm in the league with Jody Gross. He's in the chat, guys, in the YouTube chat. I entered this league this year. Really, really intelligent guy, baseball guy, but he knows sports. But I like Jordan Love. That's one of my quarterbacks, and like I said, I'm taking the points for the Packers today. I'm taking those, not today, but I'm putting in a bet today, and I'm taking those points. Moving on to my 4th quarterback, and I don't believe they're going to win per se, but I believe this guy's going to be special going into next year, so I'm ranking them in that way. I don't believe they're going to win today, but it's C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is special. I do believe Jordan Love is better than C.J. Stroud right now. Is that going to be true next year? I don't know. But C.J. Stroud, guys, is special. If he had Tank Dell, Cleveland would be in trouble. With no Tank Dell and just having Nico Collins with a lot of older wide receivers and an okay run game with some talent back there, they probably going to struggle against one of the top 5 defenses in the league, which is the Cleveland Browns. But I still love C.J. Stroud. He's special. He's evolving with a defensive coordinator as a head coach. You don't see young quarterbacks play great with a defensive minded head coach. Usually you need to be groomed, and he didn't. So he's a phenom. For his game per game coming out of the league, he's on a John Elway, Dan Marino type trajectory. I said what I said. Moving on to my number 5 guy is Josh Allen. Now, I believe Pittsburgh is going to give them everything that they want. I believe with the game being a snow game, I believe that Josh Allen can lose this game. I believe Pittsburgh want to muddy this game up. They don't want Josh Allen running around in the pocket and being able to make plays to Stephon Diggs and Khalil Shakir and Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. I believe that they want this game to be a 35 carry game for the running backs, which helps Najee Harris, helps Jaylen Warren, and Josh Allen then wants to play more finesse game. So I think the Pittsburgh can cover the points. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think they can cover the points, and I would rather take Pittsburgh. But I got to put respect on Josh Allen's name. This guy in fantasy football has been the number 1 and number 2 quarterback the last 3 years in a row, and he's elite. He is elite. Now, he does have bad games where he turned the ball over, but that's what comes with him. You know, you see it with point guards. Point guards that score a lot of points, they usually lead the league in turnovers. Look at Luka Doncic. Special, but he's high in turnovers. So I got to give Josh Allen his respect. And going on to what my boy Black Hippie said, I got to mention Dak Prescott. I got to mention him as a bonus guy. Dak Prescott has been playing really well, and him and CeeDee Lamb is on a whole nother stratosphere. They've been killing it. So I got to put some respect on Dak Prescott name. I believe I don't think we're the best team in the NFC, but I do believe we could go to the NFC Championship if Dak can play on the level that he's been playing on the last 8 weeks. I got to admit that. So that's on me, bro. Also, Black Hippie says, what's going on, Ryan? Ryan says, how you been, bro? I think the Eagles lose this week. I don't think so, man. It looks like it, but I respect Jalen Hurts. I think he is him. But you probably could be right, Ryan. You probably could be right. Black Hippie says over 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, led the NFL. Second, Jordan Love was second. Only 9 interceptions. He would have won MVP if he wasn't for the Bills game. I agree with that. Black Hippie also says Love over Stroud. I agree, but Green Bay's secondary is trash. Well, also Jari Alexander is there. These guys played really well last week. Now, they haven't been playing great the whole season, but they played well last week against a decent team who Justin Fields and DJ Moore had been hitting, but they shut them guys down. So you got to put some respect on that. It's what you've done for me lately, not, it's going into the future. It's not really looking in the past because teams change every week. They get better. He said CD had 160 yards and 2 touchdowns on Zare last game. Okay. That's a good point. Isaac says Lamar and CMC for me. Okay. Right. As far as the top players that should be trending in the playoffs. I got you. Jody, he says, how them pockets feeling? Laugh out loud. Super Bowl squares out now. Okay. Yeah, guys, I hit the squares for about $650. I hit in the first quarter for $100, and then I hit in the fourth quarter for $500. So shout out to my boy. He's doing this thing. He's with his son right there, guys. Great shortstop. He plays shortstop, and I think, Jody, what you got? 1 ring, and they lost in the championship game, and they also got 1 ring. So Jody, guys, he knows baseball, big time baseball, and he loves sports. I've been knowing him ever since we was about 9 years old. He played football too, but he didn't play in high school. Isaac says Dak is a regular season guy. That's what I would say, but I don't want Black Hippie to disturb me in here. I love the Cowboy. Y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan, but he's a Cowboy fan too. He might be more diehard Cowboy at this point in time since I do a lot of content. Jody says, how those pockets feeling? You know it, bro. They feeling good. Styles says Buffalo game switched to Monday afternoon. Right, correct. At 4:30. The game will be played at 4:30. Okay, so let's go on to the running backs. Let's get through this running backs. The first running back, y'all know this, CMC. Hey, they're going to live and die. This guy going to get the ball 25, 30 times. So you got to put him in your lineup if you're doing any DFS. You got to put him in your lineups. I'm not going to sit here and go on no tangent about no CMC. He one of the greatest running backs to come through in this era in the last 20 years. He's a great running back. I think he's a Hall of Famer. My number 2 guy might be a surprise to a lot of people is Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes, guys, Jahmyr Gibbs. And the reason why I like Jahmyr Gibbs, guys, I think they're going to give this guy a lot of touches because they need explosive plays in the playoff. This is what they were saving Jahmyr Gibbs and giving David Montgomery a lot of carries. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to give David Montgomery a lot of carries, but Jahmyr Gibbs is the special guy who is a He's a little bit volatile with his injury, so they didn't want to wear him out early. But right now, it's playoffs time, so they're going to give this guy probably 20 touches, and that's easy. So I love Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm playing him. I wouldn't be surprised if he had 5 or 6 catches, and also a couple goal line opportunities over David Montgomery. Going on to my number 3 guy is Aaron Jones. Yes, guys, Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers. And the reason why I love Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers is because, guys, he hasn't played for probably like 6 or 7 games the whole season. So he's probably one of the freshest running backs in the league. And you could tell by last week where he looked great, right? So Aaron Jones, guys, I think is going to give this team some life. Dallas Cowboys better stop him in order to beat the Green Bay Packers, because if this run game get going, which we are susceptible to the run game because our D-line is not that. We don't have a big D-line, especially with Hankins being out. I don't know if Hankins coming back in the playoffs. So how you beat the Cowboys is run it at us. You don't pass it on us because we got guys that can make plays, and we got a guy that can rush the passer, Michael Parsons, and we got great corners. So the way you beat us is running at us. So if they start running the ball down our throat, with Aaron Jones, we could be in trouble. That worries me a little bit. Number 4 running back that I believe is good, guys, is De'Von Achane. Yes, guys, De'Von Achane. The reason why I like De'Von Achane is I believe that they got this same thing I said about Jahmyr Gibbs. De'Von Achane is one of the most explosive players outside of Tyreek Hill. He could be just as explosive as Jalen Waddle. I think it might be a tie between those two. But De'Von Achane is going to get a good role. Now, listen, don't sleep on Mostert. Mostert had a great season. Mostert is a top 5 running back. Mostert could easily be second in MVP voting in this team outside of Tyreek Hill. So don't get twisted. I'm not downgrading Mostert, but De'Von Achane can go 70 yards on you. And this is going to be a run game. This is not going to be a game where they throw the ball a lot because it's going to be real, real cold. So De'Von Achane should get 15 touches, and Mostert should get about 15 touches. Achane might out-touch Mostert because of the way this is a playoff game. They need special plays. Achane might catch 5 or 6 passes too. He can play that role. So guys, I love De'Von Achane. And 5th, which is kind of a sleeper guy nobody's really talking about, is Najee Harris. Especially with this game being a snow game against Buffalo, I believe Najee Harris is going to get a lot of goal line opportunities, and they're going to try to set up the run. It's not going to be a game where everybody's throwing it around the yard. This is going to be a mano, pound for pound, pause type game, guys. So I think Najee's going to get 20 to 25 carries in this snow game. I like Najee Harris. All right. I see you, cuz. What's going on? Black Hippie says, yeah, Aaron Jones is the X factor. We have to eliminate him early. Go Cowboys. You're right. My only concern in the Dallas Green Bay game is Green Bay is top 10 in the red zone defense, and the NFL red zone been on our concern all year. Correct. He also says Joe Flacco comeback player of the year. Yeah, I mean, out of 5 games, you got to give it to him. Out of 5 games, he's been balling. No cap. So yeah, but Joe Flacco ain't never caved. That's why was never scared. He even played really well when he was in Baltimore in the playoffs. His passing ratings is top 2 of all time in the playoffs. Joe Flacco is dangerous in the playoffs. He beat Tom Brady several times, like 2 or 3 times in playoff games. Curtis, what's up, bro? He said, so true. Yes, sir. Dollar Bill, y'all. What's up, bro? Look at that champion right there. Yes, sir. Look at that champion right there. All right, let's move on to my wide receivers. And this was tough, guys. It's a lot of good wide receivers. The league is played through wide receivers. Tyreek Hill. That's easy, right? And guys, I think I'm the Tyreek Hill of YouTube. You know how, let's say, Skip Bayless is Tim Tebow of the sports arena in that atmosphere between Fox and ESPN. He always vouched for Tim Tebow. I have always vouched for Tyreek Hill. So right now, when I say Tyreek Hill, everybody like, well, everybody knows that. I would never accept that because I was on Tyreek Hill 3-4 years ago. I said he was the best wide receiver in the game. And everybody on there. Everybody talked about, well, you got to be able to run routes. I said speed was the best skill set far as a wide receiver in today's NFL game. Because the way you can't hit guys. Back in the day, Tyreek Hill, if he came across the middle, Ray Lewis would light him up and knock him out the game. but you can't do that now. So now when guys have speed, that changes up the defensive scheme so much, especially with a safety having to get over the top. And then Tyreek Hill, guys, he has a running back build and he's strong. You can't press him. There's only very few corners who's good enough to press him. The Snead is a good press corner from the Kansas City Chiefs, but I'm still not worried about him shut down Tyreek Hill. I just hopefully Tyreek Hill can open up the game and help other guys like Devon Achane and Waddle and Tua be able to get the ball out to the other weapons by double teaming Tyreek Hill. So moving on to my number 2 wide receiver, guys, that I believe is a top wide receiver in the playoffs is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He dyed his hair. That guy is tremendously upset that he got snubbed from a Pro Bowl. I can't believe it. So this guy's got something to prove. I'm putting my money on Detroit to win the game. I think Detroit is I think they're gonna beat them by at least 10 points. I'm not saying they're gonna get the Matthew Stafford, but Aiden Hutchinson is gonna be coming. And that secondary for Detroit can be had, but that offense is going to be so good and they're going to control the clock, especially with Dan Campbell being a tough coach. He reminds me of Jimmy Johnson. He's like the new era Jimmy Johnson, if you ask me. Tough. His teams are tough. They always prepared. They can get beat, but they always prepared. So I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think this guy's going to get 12 targets in the game. I think he's a top 5 wide receiver in the league and in the playoffs. Going on to my number 3 guy, CeeDee Lamb. I know a lot of people are like, what? You got CeeDee Lamb? You got Amon-Ra? Yes, I do got Amon-Ra above CeeDee Lamb. Amon-Ra play for play, target for target has been better than 95% of the NFL wide receivers of all time. Only Calvin Johnson and Jerry Rice is better than Amon-Ra for their first 25, 30 games of their career. So that's why I got Amon-Ra. And then CeeDee Lamb, when he get hot and Dak Prescott is hot, they almost unstoppable. You're going to have to double them. You better have a good corner. Now, CeeDee Lamb, sometimes early in his career, I've seen him struggle. I don't want to say he's going to struggle in the playoff, but I've seen him where he dropped some passes, but anybody can drop passes. Tyreek Hill drop passes. Amon-Ra, he don't really drop passes, but CeeDee Lamb, he can. But CeeDee Lamb, guys, he's the top wide receiver. Next year, I'm drafting him in the first round of fantasy drafts. He's a top 5 pick. Moving on to my number 4 guys, Puka Nacua. I believe that's how you beat the Detroit Lions. You got to put the ball in the air. Their secondary is garbage. I said what I said. It's garbage. So Puka Nacua should have 150 yards, 10 targets, him and Cooper Kupp. But I put Puka on here, and I did not put Cooper Kupp on here. Cooper Kupp hasn't been playing that great this year, coming off the injuries and the hamstring. And number 5, guys, it was tough. I had to put Amari Cooper. I had to show him some respect. With Joe Flacco after hyper targeting him and David Njoku, Amari Cooper has been balling. Amari Cooper got 3 200-yard games, and that's only 3-4 guys have done it in the history. That's Jerry Rice, Tyreek Hill, Calvin Johnson, a couple other guys. Bob Hayes, I think, might be on the list. But Amari Cooper's done some special stuff. So we thought Amari Cooper was a soft guy. Actually, guys, he might end up being a Hall of Famer if he keep playing on this trajectory. Having 1,000 yards each year of his career, right? He's on a couple years he didn't get 1,000 yards. So I like Amari Cooper. All right, let's read out a couple of the comment section. Let's see. Charlene says, hey, TD, these playoff players will teach me who I need to my team in the draft in August. Yes, I agree. That's why you got to be watching the playoffs. That's the playoffs tend to translate into fantasy of next year. So that's why I'm watching, and that's why I got a lot of these guys. That's why I got Jordan Love ranked over Dak Prescott. Again, Dak Prescott has outplayed Jordan Love per se, right? Especially with the stats and everything. But I believe that Jordan Love, to me, is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Sorry about that, Black Hippie. Sorry about that, bruh. But it is what it is. So I agree with you 100%, Charlene. 100%. He said, who Daz? Who is Daz? Who is Daz? Let me know who Daz is, bro. Okay, so number 1, Sam for tight ends is Sam Laporta. Now, Sam Laporta has been injured, right? Sam Laporta has been injured, but if he's healthy, he is a top tight end. I don't think he's like a Travis Kelce but I think he is a guy that plays on a really good team. That's a very well coached tight end who got athletic ability, and he could be a top 5 tight end for the rest of his career. I believe that Sam LaPorta is just a solid. I don't think he's a phenom type tight end. I don't think he's Kyle Pitts' ability, but I believe he's putting up great points because he's with a great team and a great coach. So I like Sam LaPorta as my number one guy. I got to give him that respect right now for the numbers that he put up as a rookie. Going on to my number 2 guy is David Njoku. I've been on David Njoku for about 3 or 4 years now because of athletic ability. He just now got a quarterback who's going to hyper target him, and you see what's happened. David Njoku was the number 1 tight end in the last 5 weeks of the season. He won people championships. I played him. I had him in a couple leagues. Number 3 is Isaiah Likely. Yes, guys. Now, Mark Andrews should be coming back soon for the Baltimore Ravens if they go on a long playoff run. He would be there for the Super Bowl, but they still going to use Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely has stapled his role into this offense. So I love Isaiah Likely going for the rest of this year. And number 4 that I felt nasty doing was Travis Kelce. I believe Travis Kelce is going to be good in this playoff game. I think they were saving him, let him get healthy. They didn't want to hyper target him during the season where he would be beat up for the playoff game. They knew they was in the playoffs. So I believe Travis Kelce should get 12 targets this game and look like Travis Kelce. He's always looked. And I think he should be fine next year. Don't draft him so early. I told people not to draft him early anyway. But next year, he's still going to be a good tight end. I think he's going to come back and try to win another Super Bowl. But just be careful. Don't draft him in the first round or the second round. I would draft him in the third round at the turn. And last but not least is George Kittle. Big boom play George Kittle. I love George Kittle. I think George Kittle has an opportunity to make some big plays, especially with people trying to take CMC away and Debo. So George Kittle will have a lot of one-on-one opportunities. Brock Purdy gets the ball out quick. That usually benefits the tight end. So I like George Kittle. Okay. And Isaac says ADP on Love is better than Dak. Right. I think he's better. I just think he's better than Dak, period. I just think I wouldn't care if he was drafted before Dak. I think he's a better quarterback. And then Dak has, like I said, he had a great year. I like Jordan Love with Dontavius Wicks. Could Dak Prescott do this with Dontavius Wicks and Jaden Reed and Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft and Aaron Jones out? Like, Jordan Love won some big games and he didn't have his weapons. So that's what I would say. Dak needs really good weapons. I don't think Jordan Love does. Maybe it's the scheme. Who knows? But yeah, you were saying Dak, yeah, I might have did call him Daz. I might have called him Daz or something like that. But bro, you know I got that slang. That's me. That's the country. That's the country guy. That's how we do it. Charlene says, would like to see Chubb come back this year? No, Chubb ain't coming back this year. Why would you do that? You're not gonna put that on. I mean, he's a 27-year-old running back, 28-year-old running back, and he's coming off a second knee injury of his career. I wouldn't rush him back. Now if he was in a Super Bowl and he was like look good, I don't know. I don't know. We seen Cam Akers come back, right? So it's possible, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. All right, guys. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna draft. First, I'm gonna talk about the weather. Let's look at the weather real quick. Let's look at this weather, and then we're gonna draft. We're gonna do a lineup. We're gonna do a DraftKings lineup. We're gonna do a DraftKings lineup. Okay. All right. So we ain't got to talk a lot about the Cleveland-Houston game because it's in Texas and also they in a dorm. So Houston and so CJ Stroud and Joe Flacco is going to throw the ball probably 35 times a piece, especially CJ Stroud. So play your guys in this game. Don't worry about the weather. Now, the next game for today is going to be bad weather. I mean, they said this might be one of the coldest games in the history of the NFL. That's what they're saying. I'm still playing Miami studs. I'm still playing Mostert, if you want to put him in the lineup, Devon Achane, Waddle, or Tyreek. Don't really get off your guys per se because of the weather. Do you think these guys go elite? No, I wouldn't say they go elite. Would I choose one of the quarterbacks? Probably not. I'm not going to choose Tua today. I probably would go with Houston or Cleveland quarterback. Kansas City, Pat Mahomes. Look, these guys can have a big game, but I seriously doubt it. I would play the running backs or maybe the tight ends in this game. But Tyreek Hill, you still play him as one of the because they still gonna give him a lot of targets. He's used to playing in the cold weather. He's from Kansas City, not from, but he's played in Kansas City for 5 or 6 years. All right, but yeah, that's said 17 miles per hour wind going northwest. Let's see. Shawty says, no, I meant in September, dude. Okay. And Isaac says, no, I was trying to mention Sass Stephen A. Oh, okay. Because he's in the news. Right. Gotcha. And Arambi says, what's up, bruh? Getting car worked on, okay? These fools taking their sweet time. It's all good, bruh. You're going to get to watch the game. Bruh. Let's see here. All right. So let's go work this lineup. Let's work a lineup. Let's go to the Millionaire First Prize. Let's enter that. We could do. Oh, the best ball is already locked. So the best ball. We could have done a best ball one, but it's already locked. So let's go to the Millionaire Classic. And create new lineup. Okay. Allow. Let me know, guys, if y'all can't see it. Pat Mahomes, Tua. So let's choose the quarterback. What quarterback? Anybody got any? Who should be the quarterback of the week? We can do this lineup together. Who should be the quarterback? I'm thinking CJ Stroud. No matter what happens, if they get down, this game flows to CJ Stroud. Joe Flacco, they could give it to Kareem Hunt or Jerome Ford. Tua is going to be a cold game. Pat Mahomes is going to be a cold game. So I'm thinking CJ Stroud. Okay. Running backs. I'm going with Achane in the cold weather. Who's the next? You could squeeze and play Mostert and Achane. Or you could go Ford. Anybody got any advice for any players? I see you, Red Paint. What's up, bro? Oh, you like Allen? Allen's not on here, bro. This is for today's game, Isaac. It's for today's slate. This is not for the total slate. So it's only 2 quarterbacks that you can choose. 4 quarterbacks you can choose from. I'm thinking about going Pacheco. I think I'm gonna go Pacheco. And like I said, we can change this around if y'all got any advice. We can change this around. Wide receivers, I gotta go Tyreek. And I'm going Nico. All right, let's go look at the DST real quick. Let's see what defense. This is tricky. Anybody got any? Gibbs. Right. Gibbs is not on this slate either, Isaac. Again, this is for today's. This is Saturday. This is a Saturday slate. Saturday slate. Kyron is not on here either. Kyron's not on here either. I don't want to go Miami. I don't want to go. I'm thinking about going Houston over Cleveland. Okay, let's go do a tight end. I think I'm gonna go Njoku. Even though I got that DST, you can still have one player there. I think I'm going Njoku because I think Kelce would be too expensive. So I'm gonna try Njoku. All right, so we got 2,800. Let's see if we can squeeze some players in here, some lower tier players. Maybe a tight end like Mechie. Maybe I can get Mechie in here because I got Stroud. Maybe I can get Mechie in there. Or Richie James. Let's see who else we got. I like also Bryant because he's cheaper. He's 2,500. Also, you got Brevin Jordan, who's been getting some targets. You got Craig Craft, those type of guys. You said Browns D? They too expensive. I think they too expensive, bruh. That's why I went with CJ Stroud. What quarterback would you go with if you go with the Browns D? I don't know about Pat Mahomes or Tua. I mean, the game is going to be cold, but I don't know if I would want to be. I think sometimes, man, you got to play to get the guys who's gonna have a lot of garbage time. Guys who's gonna have a lot of garbage time. Sometimes you can, look at Derek Carr. He's great at that. They be losing by like 17 points, and then Derek Carr throw for 2 touchdowns, and with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I believe that CJ Stroud can do that. That's the only reason why I played him against the Browns, and that's why I went with Houston. I think it could be a low-scoring game. Maybe I could go with the Dolphins. I might go with the Dolphins defense. Maybe let's go with the Dolphins defense. Let's go with the Dolphins defense. It might give us a little bit more room to work. And I'm going to go with Mechie right here. Then the flex worth is 2,700. So let's see what we can get for about 2,500. We got Noah Gray from Kansas City. We got Bryant or Brevin Jordan. I'm going to go with Brevin Jordan. CJ Stroud going to put the ball in the air. And guys, this is like for the millionaire. So you got to be different. Hey, this could be wrong. See, they could. Flacco is balling. I agree with that. I have nothing to chastise you on that, Isaac. I'm probably gonna do some other lineups where I will probably have Flacco or somebody else in there at the quarterback position. But I like Houston defense. I seen Houston team play big in playoff games. So yep, got those three, and I got Hill, and I got Pacheco. Let's look at the running backs. Where running backs would you play? Would you play Pacheco or would you go forward? Or would you go Mostert? Maybe mm, mm, mm. Forward, maybe? Or keep it. I might keep it Pacheco. I got the Miami defense. Mm. I'm gonna keep it that for right now. So we're gonna move on to underdog. I'm gonna do one on underdog too. All right, we're gonna keep it there for right now. Dark horse, right, right. I'm just that's what I'm trying to do to win that $1 million. It's got to be 1 million to first. It's got to do a sleeper. Okay. All right. Now let's go to underdog. Let's do drafts. Let's go to draft. Let's see what this is, a $5 one. I was hopefully trying to do a best ball one. Okay, that wasn't it. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we got any best ball ones that we can do. If they still open. I don't think they got any more best balls open, guys. I don't think they got any more best balls open. So we might have to just do one. They got an NBA one. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Saturday, Monday, Saturday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, main slate, NFL wild card. Let's see about this one. What games are this one? Okay, this is all the games right here. So we'll do one of those. Okay. I got the 5th pick. So let's see what quarterbacks. I like Jalen Hurts. And I like CJ Stroud. Dak Prescott, I like him too. I don't want the snow game. I like Matthew Stafford. I also like Jared Goff. So let's go look at running backs. Pacheco, Jameer. I love Jameer. I love A-Chain. I love Aaron Jones. And I like Najee Harris. All right, let's go look at some receivers real quick. We got to get that cue right. I love Amon-Ra, CD, Tyreek, Puka. Who else? Jay. Okay. Tight end. I like Njoku. I love Travis Kelce here. I like Dallas Goedert. Just depends on who. I'm trying to get them stacks. All right. So I'm looking to probably take. They took CD Lamb. First pick off the board was CD Lamb. I'm thinking Jameer or maybe Tyreek or Amara. I'm probably thinking Amara. I would like to take Amara. Kyron Williams went next. I'm not picking Kyron Williams against that Detroit defense. That Detroit defense is like that. Amara just went. So it looks like I'm probably going to be taking Puka Nacua or Tyreek Hill. What quarterback is there? I might take Dak. I might go ahead and take Dak against that Green Bay. Or Jahmyr Gibbs. It's probably like it's Tyreek Hill. I'm probably taking Tyreek Hill. Then hopefully I could be able to get Jahmyr Gibbs right here. Puka Nacua. So let me go try to get. I'm gonna go ahead and take Tyreek. Hopefully I can be able to get Jahmyr Gibbs right here. Mike Evans, so I will be able to get Jahmyr. I'm taking Jahmyr. So I can either get Dak or Jalen Hurts for my quarterback. So it looks like Jalen Hurts is going to be there. When you do this, guys, you can't just go with the known commodity. Sometimes because you're like, well, Joe Flacco balled out. That don't mean he's going to ball out against Houston. Houston got a decent defense. They're young. They got a great coach. So you got to switch things up sometimes. That don't mean it's going. Sometimes it is the known. Sometimes it is going to be the Josh Allen guys and the Kyron Williams. But when you're going against when you're going against like thousands and thousands of people, in order to most of the time to be different, you gotta like get a different lineup. You can't go with the consensus. And I'm also kind of like that in my regular redraft leagues too. I like to get different guys that I believe is going to boom. So the consensus most time to pick was CMC. I went Tyreek this year and it worked out. That don't mean it's always going to work out, but that's just the way I choose to go down with my ship. So yeah, we waiting here now. Isaiah Pacheco gone, Cooper Kupp, Dak Prescott, and Njoku just left as a tight end. I'm going after my quarterback. Travis Kelce still there. I mean, I like Travis Kelce. That might be something that I could pick. That means I would have to wait to get CJ Stroud. I might go Travis Kelce, guys. That value right there is too good. Then I might Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts still might be there for me. I doubt it, but I know Travis Kelce is not going to be there for me. See, Travis Kelce gone. So now let's go get my quarterback. I'm taking Jalen Hurts. So let's see who we're gonna take right here. I think I'm going Devon Achane. I think I'm going Devon Achane right here. Yep, Devon Achane. So as you see over here, this is my team: Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill. To me, you can't beat that. You're getting value. Just because this guy he didn't look like he was playing good, don't mean that's how it's going to happen. He could come out here and start dicing Tampa Bay up, and that's also a different lineup than everybody else. I mean, look, you're probably going to have 7,000, 8,000 people in this tournament. So let's see. I got Najee here. So let's go look at wide receivers here. I got Rashee Rice. I got Devontae Smith. I'm probably gonna go Devontae Smith, and then come back around and see if I can get Dallas Goedert. That way, I have that stack for that team. So I'm probably gonna go Devontae Smith right here. And it's also a warm weather game too. I got my quarterback in a warm weather game. Isaac says, I'm playing in a league, 14 players, one from every team. Okay. 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 kicker, 1 defense. Okay. I've never seen a league like that. It looks kind of unique, man. I would love to play. I would love to play in a league like that. Hopefully, man, nobody don't take my boy Devontae. Get off of him. Yeah. Okay, so you got Rice gone, Pollard, Ferguson. Come on, Smith. So I'm gonna try to go Smith, then I'm gonna try to go Goddard right there. Then hopefully I can come back and get Najee Harris. Najee gone. So, but Devontae Smith is here. Take a Devontae Smith. Now I'm gonna be looking to try to go get Goddard. Got it gone. So let me go to the running backs because I'll wait late to get a tight end. I'll wait to get somebody like Luke Musgrave or Tucker Craft. So let me see who's at running back real quick. I might squeeze let's see, Jerome Ford, Raheem Mostert. I think I'm gonna take Ford right here. Oh man. Who did it take for me? It took Kincaid. I guess all my other positions were filled. I had to take a tight end. I'll take Dalton Kincaid. I got sniped from Dallas Goddard. So let's see what other positions I need. I think I gotta go get a. I think I gotta get another tight end. Okay, now I'm done. This is it. Yep, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now, guys, after this, we're gonna do a pick 'em. We're gonna do a pick 'em. I like Amari Cooper. I think they're gonna put Daryl Stingley on him. And hope for the best. They ain't gonna give him a lot of one-on-one, but I like Amari Cooper. I think he's a good pickup. Okay, so now let's go to pick 'em. Let's do a pick 'em. All right, let's see. David Njoku, 5.5 receptions, 57.5 receiving yards. I like David Njoku. Let's go through some more. Let's go through some more. Some of the defensive guys. Yeah, he's been playing good, Isaac. You're right. You're right. He has been playing good. JC said, "How you feel about Amari Cooper?" Yeah, Amari Cooper. Like I said, he's been playing solid, man. He outside of him getting they didn't bench him, but they wanted to protect his health. So he still is a good player. I don't know if he goes off. That's why I'm willing to take the Houston defense. I don't know if he goes off. Isaac says Kincaid good last 2 weeks. Correct. Okay, let's find some pickums. $248 passing yards. I'm going higher. Five and a half receptions. We got Tua. I'm going A-Chain higher than 42 rushing yards. Actually, I'm going to do rushing attempts. Pat Mahomes. $16 rushing attempts. Travis Kelce. I'm going higher than the targets. I'm going with the targets. See Jordan Love. Jaden Reed, 6.5 targets, 49. I'm gonna go higher between 51 and rushing and receiving yards. See CeeDee Lamb. Let me keep going through. Let's see here. Jahmyr Gibbs, let's do that one. I'm doing higher than 11.5 rushing attempts. All right, that's 5, right? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We're gonna put 5 on that. That's 5 to win 100. Oh, that's moving up. Okay, accept. Okay. That's our picks right there, guys. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11.5 rushing attempts. Jaden Reed, 51 rush plus receiving yards. Travis Kelce, 7.5 targets. A-Chain, Stroud, 248 passing yards. All right, guys. So I guess I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, guys. I will be doing some more 2024 guys that you should be targeting. Zero RB strategies. Let me see. Let me get out of here. Stop sharing this. Zero RB strategy. Just a lot of people that you should be targeting for next year's draft, guys. So, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. We're looking forward to some other videos coming out. Also, guys, I haven't been posting every day because I posted almost every day, at least 6 times a week in the season. So I had to, like I said, I had to decompress, do some research. So just be patient with me. Videos, we got plenty of time. We got a bunch of content coming. I got some interviews coming that I'm going to be doing with some guys talking about fantasy football, getting their opinions, giving y'all a different perspective other than mine. So, guys, y'all be safe. See y'all later. Peace.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say they shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, Jay. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Stealth.